I'll limber up my fingers, ready to be hashing a keyboard. Yep.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Dusty.
Hello everyone, this is Dusty Circuit here. Welcome to Player of the Month on ECO.
Welcome. So, all right, so this is our April Player of the Month, and we have quite a few new players, so welcome to you guys. And today we're going to do our Player of the Month, but I'm also going to talk about a few things such as our spawn, our mall, a few things community-wise, events coming up, things like that. So we want to get started, but let's go ahead and start first with our Player of the Month. We had another record voting. I believe we had 32 votes, which each month it just keeps going up. And that's great because the way Player of the Month works on ACO versus AC is you guys choose who you want to see as Player of the Month. This is not admin chosen. In fact, the admins do not even vote. So this is 100% player with player. And this particular month, I think I mentioned yesterday, it was a really close one. And by close, I don't mean like one or two people or two or more people, 2 or 3 that have a lot of votes. I mean, close as in everybody had a lot of votes. Or I shouldn't even say a lot of votes. Everyone had votes. So, instead of 1 or 2 people really taking the lead on this, it was more like 15 people that all had 2 votes. So pretty cool. We did have one person though that did end up getting 2 votes more than others. And this player has been with us, I want to say at least 6 months-ish. And this player does a lot of good behind the scenes. Some of you might have mentioned you're having a hard time or a rough day. And, you go into your room and find a shulker full of little goodies or books, things like that. This person also has helped with events. And it was pretty exciting to see that you guys chose this player as your April Player of the Month because this player actually did something pretty nice for myself and Riley in the last week as well. Dancing One, congratulations. You are the April Player of the Month. You were chosen by your peers, and that is an honor. So again, and if you guys want to maybe do some snapping instead of clapping because there's so many of us in the call, but congratulations to you. So really, really cool to see that. And what we'll do is we don't have a building at the moment, but we will make sure that I'm putting your head right here for now. But we'll make sure that once we do get a building that you're up in it. So yep. So congratulations, Bean. Proud of you. Proud of everything you do. We have quite a few of you that are kind of what we call our quiet. I don't want to say helper because obviously we don't have that rank here, but just supporters. The people that see a need and see someone sad and take steps to do that. And so it was really cool to see you get nominated. All right, so we're gonna start going from there and go straight into the meeting. And a couple things that I do want to discuss. Are you guys lagged? Are we getting kicked?
No,
I did.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Nope, got kicked. All right.
Yeah, we can hear you. I can hear you, Minecraft, not Discord.
What's that? Did you say something, Belle? I'm sorry.
There we go. There we go.
It's Minecraft, not Discord.
Okay,
Discord's fine.
There we go. All right, so again, congrats to Dancing One, or we call Bean. And so I'm just going to kind of hop into it. We have a lot. I'm getting some feedback. Do you guys hear it too?
Echo.
A little bit of echo.
Actually, to be fair, there's absolutely no point at the moment to have all mics unmuted unless someone's asking a question. So to stop feedback, mute them.
Yeah, let's actually do that. Ben, it's you.
I'm going to keep mine just in case of asking.
Yeah, so if possible,
notes.
I'm muted on my end, so nothing should be going through. That's the thing.
You're not
on
though.
Discord.
I use the mute through my headphones. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
And
I can talk, but you can't because I actually have been talking to people in my house.
You're just lighting. You're the one that's lighting up. That's why we said it was you.
That's weird.
Okay. All right, so just gonna jump into some things here. I want to go over a few things as far as rules and stuff that maybe some of our newer players aren't as familiar with. Some things that have really been coming up that I need to address as a community. Definitely need to talk about the Nether Hub expansion and also the mall spawn 2.5 as we're calling it. And then some suggestions I have for some fun things that we can do as far as events. So I have things kind of jotted down. I'm just gonna kind of break through my list here. Why did that come up? Swearing. Was there a reason why that was brought up? I don't see any swearing. So pings. I want to address pings. As you guys know, as admins, we're pretty adamant that you guys don't do a lot of pinging. That also includes us. So, for me, I get sometimes pings like, "What are you eating for dinner?" or or just "Hi, Blue," things like that. Don't ping us for that. We see Discord 24/7. Like, we're always looking at Discord. Obviously, when we're asleep, we're not, but we are always looking at Discord. You don't have to ping us. We get so many pings that now when I get pings, I don't even tend to check them. And so what that means is if something is really important, you need to get our attention, I'm not really going to see it until the next time I glance at Discord. So from here on out, we've been saying this for a while, but now I'm telling you for sure. You got to cut down on the pings. That also means player pings. I get told by some players, I don't like when I get a lot of pings. You guys know this is an issue. It's been brought up by many players. If you need someone's attention, just say their name. If you want my attention, if you want to ask me what I ate for dinner, totally fine. Just type my name. You don't have to ping me. This goes for Alyssa too with things like tech support questions. If you guys have, something you want to ask her as far as, anything tech related, because I know you guys tend to do that with her, put it in the tech channel and I promise you she sees it. Right, Alyssa?
Yeah, I see pretty much everything that's posted, so you don't even have to aim the comment at me, because there may be someone else who's in the Discord who may have the knowledge to help you as well.
Great. Yeah. So we just want to, one thing that we're real big on here is making sure that nobody ever feels left out. And part of that is that as well. So if you guys want to say, Blue, how are you? Or what did you eat for dinner? Maybe say, hi guys, how are you all? What's everyone having for dinner? Things like that. We're really big on inclusion, and we don't want people to feel like, why do certain people get all the pings and certain people get all this and that? So we're just really big on that. I've talked about this a lot, but lately it seems. So I'm asking you, please, let's cut down on that stuff. It's frustrating to us. It's also frustrating to players. I get told from players, gosh, you get so many pings. It is frustrating me. And that's, that kind of says a lot. So let's cut that down. And then also, for those newer players, some of our rules are, as far as Discord goes, if you send, and I'm going to just use 2 people as an example, these are complete examples. So let's say Alyssa and Riley. Alyssa can't, say, Riley, check your DMs, things like that. If you guys DM each other, even though, yes, we discourage it due to safety reasons, if you choose to do that, that is between the two of you. Don't bring that into Gen, because what that does is it can make other players, I don't want to use the word jealous, but more just like, well, why does nobody DM me? Or are they talking about me? Or you can imagine how the thoughts go. So don't post like screenshots showing that you guys are in DMs, and don't say things like that again, because
we don't want to know.
We frown on it in general. And so obviously if one person's like, if, Alyssa, says, Riley, I sent you the funniest DM, someone might be like, well, wait, I want to laugh too. Like, it comes down to, we're all about inclusion, not making anyone feel like they're not part of something. So you guys all cool with what I'm saying? You can just say yes in chat, just so
Yes. Oh, sorry.
Okay. So, and again, these aren't new rules. These are things, it's just we have so many newer players. Okay, Mod, what's your question?
Okay, so like, say if I if it's something like only an admin needs to know whatever, am I allowed to tell?
Okay, thank you for bringing that up. So if you need something, you do not have to ping me. You ping at ACO admins. I know for the longest time it was me, but Alyssa can help on things too. So
okay, but if something sensitive like last night.
If you just ping ACO admins, if it's something sensitive you don't want to discuss in a, in Gen, you can just say ping ACO admin, can you put me in private? Okay. If there's something wrong with the server, like TPS is tanking or something, do a ping and say ping ACO admin, TPS seems low, or is the server down, or, things like that. Yeah. If the pings stay with that, then we're going to be much more quicker to be like, oh, something is wrong. If we're pinged 20 times a day over what music we're listening to, you can imagine it's like it's kind of harder to separate what needs our immediate attention and what is something that we would have just seen when we were on next, which again, we're always on and always watching. So you don't really have to do that.
Santa.
Yes. All right. You might want to go back to muting yourself, Mod. All right. So another thing I want to address is the Nether Hub. This area, if you want to think of it as, I don't know if any of you have ever lived in what's like an apartment complex, but this is like our commons area. This is our central area for us, especially right now with not having a spawn. Our Nether Hub is actually having to act as a spawn as well. And because we all live here and we have, our hallways are like apartment hallways, and then you go through your door to your apartment, and then once you're in your apartment, aka your portal room, then you have bedroom doors that take you to your different builds. But this common area needs to stay exactly how it was when we approved it, when we built it. If you have a suggestion for it, you can put it in the ideas channel and we can discuss it. But lately, a lot of people have been adding things. I'm constantly running around deleting things or breaking things. So don't add to it. Don't put up banners. Don't put up added blocks. Don't mess with it. It'd be kind of like you're at home and you come back the next day or you leave your house, you come back the next day and someone rearranged your house. Like, just don't do it. Don't be that guy. We don't have a rule on it. Are you allowed to add blocks to your portal? Yeah, in your actual portal room, you mean, Nin? Or outside of your portal? Everything I'm talking about right now is where we are currently standing.
I assume Nin means around the actual obsidian of the portal itself.
Right. And I'm going to get to that. So give me just a second. So for this commons area, the only thing that really you guys should be doing is adding in things to the barrels. If you guys have extra of something, you don't need it. It's a great place to throw your extra stuff. For the obsidian around your portals, you can have signs, you can have banners. That needs to stay on the obsidian. Do not put it on the gray part. The gray part is, again, kind of like our commons area. And we just don't, there's no way to break it up and say, well, you get to decorate this side and I decorate that side. And yeah, we're just not doing that. So make sure this common area stays this way. And again, it's really just respecting everyone. This is a shared area. It's not protected. Spawn is usually the spawn and the end are the only areas that are protected. And so we don't have a spawn right now. I don't want to have to protect this area, but if people keep abusing it and putting up blocks and things they shouldn't, it is something I will be doing. All right. So any questions about this specific area, talking about the Nether as far as taking it upon yourself to decorate, things like that? Okay. No questions. All right. Now, with this being said, we are down to only having 18 rooms left. For those of you that were part of the build of this, we thought it would take probably 2 years to fill up this Nether Hub. But here we are. We're down to only having 2 weeks or 18 portals left. And that could be anywhere from needing an expansion in a week or minimally probably a couple months. So with that being said, I'm going to propose an option for you, or probably 2 options. One is we can extend the hallways, make them a little bit longer. I personally am not big on this idea because of the fact that as it is, nobody wants to be at the end of a hallway and be like, yeah, I'll be right there. And, running for 30, 45 seconds just to get somewhere. The other idea is to go up and to literally take the top off of this and add on 2 more full layers. And then, so instead of a 2-story, we would be a 4-story. That would give us ideally at least another year's worth. Mod, stop. Someone pointed this out to you great yesterday. They're like, symmetry over functionality. Like, we're going to go with function. So and again, we can add, that's another idea, and absolutely, we can build down as well. The idea is just that we have what we have. We're not changing what we have. We're just going to either expand out or we're going to expand up or down. We're not going to discuss it today. We're not going to make decisions today. I'm just letting you guys know where we're at. And then is the Nether channel back open? Can you guys all see the Nether Hub channel? Let's see.
No, it's not
Another
there, I
hub
don't
channel.
think.
Okay, I will get the Nether Hub channel back open from
Yeah.
what we did before, and then we'll get the Nether, and then you guys can put your ideas in there. It's something that we do need to focus on pretty quickly because, like I said, we're filling up pretty quick. But at the same time, I want to make sure it looks good. I want to make sure everyone is on the same, on board with this. So just know it's something that we are going to be talking about pretty quickly. The next thing I want to talk about is let's go straight to talking about the mall. The mall is a project, it's going to be our new shops area, and it's something that we've been working on ACC for, I want to say, like about what, Ragnar, maybe 2 months? Feels like about 2 months. It feels like it's been a while. We have a few things going on right now. We're going to need to be focusing on Spawn 2.5. We have the Nether Hub and we have the mall going. So at this point, I'm going to start designating some leads for projects. For the mall, someone has really bad feedback. Hold on 1 second. For the mall, if you guys can just go ahead and mute, unless I ask you to talk, just to help with that. So for
Don't
the
look at
mall,
me, I've been muted.
So for the mall, I'm going to say, or for the mall, I have already designated the lead to be Ragnar. He has done a lot for the mall. Him and also Audi Gamer have done pretty much a chunk of the work. At this point in time, if you guys have questions on it, things like that, use the channel, and Ragnar will be letting you guys know where we're at on that. We have to get the mall finished up and done. The mall honestly comes over priority. Who is typing? George, do you mind muting while you're typing? Okay, thanks. So the mall honestly comes first over the Spawn 2.5 because the mall is something that we've started. I don't like the idea of skipping it and going to finish another build first. We're going to finish the mall first. So for those of you that have been working on it, continue, but from here on out, talk to Per Ragnar about that, and we're going to get that finalized hopefully pretty quick, and then we'll get it nailed out. Typically, once we start building, things go pretty quickly. That's the nice part. Everyone does join in and help, and so hopefully pretty soon we'll have that done. Does anyone have any questions specifically about the mall?
Is there gonna be like do we still not know when the date is that we're gonna finish it up in creative and start building it in survival, or?
Ideally, we're going to be getting it finished up pretty quickly. It's the bones of it are done. Everything on it is looking really good. I know Ragnar was working hard over there today as well. Like I said, I know iGamer has been working over there. So again, I'm gonna just give this to Ragnar, and Ragnar, if you want to answer that question, go ahead.
Hopefully this week or the upcoming week. So yeah, I'll be working on it, and people can come help if they want during this week.
If you have questions, like I said, use the channel for that. And that's where the bulk of the communication will go, is in that channel. So if someone has an idea, or if they want to ask Ragnar, hey, what can I do to help with this project? Ask Ragnar and he will let you know.
Yeah, and sorry, Ragnar, you seem to be a bit quiet. As in, your volume seems to be a bit low. Can't really hear what
you might want to turn him up to 200%.
He's at 200% for me, and I still can barely hear him.
I can put my mic close.
Okay. Basically, I heard him just fine. What he said is he's hoping to have, by the end of the week, everything finalized so that the build can start.
Should we start getting materials?
Wait until we have to get it finalized first, the build, what we're doing, and then from there we'll let you know what we need, things like that. So it has to be, before we can start to resource gather, things like that, we have to have it finalized. Once everything looks good, we'll all take a look at it. We'll thumbs up. We'll take pictures, thumbs up it, or you can go look at it yourself. Thumbs up. It's on ACC Creative, and it's under Just Blue, my name. I think it's 3, if I remember right. I think it's Just Blue 3. So yeah, so if you guys haven't been there, hop on over, take a look at it. If you have suggestions, things like that, we're still in that point of we're still taking some suggestions. The bulk of it is done, but if you have ideas, throw it in that channel, and then Ragnar will get with you.
Wait, ideas for what?
The mall, the ACC mall, or I'm sorry, the ACO mall, the shops.
Yeah. Okay.
So, all right. Anyone have any other very specific questions regarding the mall?
Are we gonna use?
Sorry, these are two a bit obvious questions, but I might as well ask it. One, what is the purpose of the mall? I didn't really know. Is it like so we can open our own shops?
Yes, basically the mall is replacing our community shops. It's a lot larger. It's got room for us to grow. Right now we're kind of maxed out where we're at. So we can add a few more plots here and there, but for the, we definitely need to have it. We needed a bigger area. This is it's really awesome. For those of you that haven't seen it, hop over there and take a look. It's pretty awesome.
Blue, I have a question.
Hold on, let him ask his second one. You had a second one, right? Whiskers?
And, have you got like a sort of list of like almost rules or what you'd be doing to be able to get a plot, all these sort of things?
We'll go over all that once it's completed. Right now, anyone can have a shop. And we have players that have a few shops, things like that. We might be tweaking some of that once we move into the new place. But we'll have a meeting about that once we get even closer. After it's built, we need to get it built before people can start putting shops in. So,
because if there's not one, it'd be nice to have like some sort of, even just like a little poster and look, these are the things you can do in it. This is how to make it a bit
we
more...
have its own it has its own channel. The community shops has a channel, so you can put suggestions in there. Once we have it set up, we will have very clear instructions. It's not like Otcraft where you have to request or pay or anything. Literally, you say I'd like a shop and you get a shop and you can sell what you like. Some people sell some players sell services, so they might sell like skin making. Some sell things like custom banners. You want a banner. Other players sell things like dirt. So, or books. It's really, you can have a shop, you can have, sell what you like, sell what service you like, things like that. But again, we're not going to talk about it today because today's just more getting everyone to understand we have to get this finalized versus how it works. So again, if you have questions about that, use the channel. Or just scroll back and you'll see what people have done in the past. So, all right, Mod Killer, your question?
Are we gonna be using the same island?
For the no, I don't believe so. I think it's too small, so we'll probably be finding a new location.
I have an island I can donate.
Nope, I do not want people to donate personal islands. Because it can later become this was my island, this is my shops. It's just happened in the past, and we're not going to do that. So
Void and Raven also have questions.
Okay.
So don't worry about that. We will take care of that. It will be provided.
I just want to say Iota also has a question, but it's the Nether Hub.
Okay, yeah. Okay, what's Iota's question? Hold on one second. Let me pull up. I don't see where...
Void and Raven it was, I think.
It's in my chat, Blue.
Yeah.
In-game chat. There was no question given. I don't know if they've said it yet.
No, I was gonna ask in here. I was just wondering, will the old island still stay up, or do I need to close shop?
Don't close shop yet. We have to build this still. So right now, the community shops are going to stay as is. If you already have a shop, keep using it. I wouldn't at this point recommend, per se, making a new shop because we're so close to changing and literally you're just going to have to tear it all down a little bit. If you want to, go for it. New players, you guys are welcome to. But just know here in the next, hopefully, fingers crossed, couple weeks, we're going to have a brand new mall. So yeah, and you can, and no issues doing it. You can do it. But just know pretty soon you'll have to tear it down and do it over again. So, okay, does that answer your question, Willow?
No, I meant when the mall is done, will the stores still stay open, or do we need to close them?
No, we'll be closed. Yeah, we're not going to have two community shop areas. The new area will be, you will have to move. You'll be given, told you need to pack up and move to your new store. So,
right. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Now can I ask my question now that I'm in voice?
Okay, what's your question?
You're getting evicted from the old shop.
Am I able to continue the designations for the apartment numbers whenever we expand the hub?
Yeah, absolutely. That's you. Those signs is pretty much the only thing that's allowed in the gray between. So yeah, you can continue to do that. So, by the way, we had the blue book was taken, and I see. Did you make a new one, Iota, or did you have it?
Somebody found it up in the catacombs up in the second layer.
Okay, yeah, so guys, make sure you're not taking the books off the lecterns. We have so many players that I actually am using it. I used to just run down hallways until I found what I was looking for, but now I've actually been taking the time to look and see. So make sure you guys don't take those books. They tell us where people live, so it's kind of important. And okay, but let's go.
Void's got one about the shops that he's been gagging to ask for a little while.
Yeah, it's fine. And so we're going back to the shop. So, okay. So Void, what's your question? Is Void here?
Yeah. I've asked. He's typing.
Oh, okay.
Tense wait. So if you've got a question, guys, you can always just type it out. We will see it.
Yeah, well, hopefully. The chat's really busy.
No, we can't, Void. Are you muted?
Yeah, we cannot. You might have muted on your... We cannot hear you. You can type it if you'd like, Void.
No, I can't.
Oh, yep, we can hear you now.
No, we can't hear you now. Nope.
Does anyone else have a question while we wait for Void to get back?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Okay, yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so my question was, I know there's an unspoken rule about non-competing, but there isn't an actual rule that we can't sell the same thing as someone else.
Oh, absolutely you can. You absolutely can. You can sell the same thing. Yeah, exactly. We obviously want to keep it friendly. We don't want to be in competition per se with each other, or, we don't want to, meaning in a negative tone. So we don't want to make, we're not purposely trying to put people out of business or make, if they're making a shop and, they're pretty proud of their stuff, we don't want to make anyone feel bad. But definitely, just like any other company, you are obviously able to sell the same stuff. So it's okay that we have multiple bookshops. This is where then you guys need to get creative. And in our channel, have like a, if let's say you're selling books and if I'm selling books and Riley's selling books, I might run sales. I might say today only buy 2, get 1 free. So I'm going to try and pull you over to my side versus, Riley's side. And then next day she might be like, oh, buy 1 book, get a diamond, or, you never know. So like, this is where it just gets kind of fun. And this is where the shop channel comes into use. So things like, I told Dusty recently, I'm like, you make videos, make a commercial, show us what you're selling. The biggest reason the shops don't get used is we don't know what people are selling. I think also having it move to a new location and be more like a mall, I think it's going to make it a little bit easier to know what people have. You can sell heads, you can sell anything that you want, and you also set your own like money source. So like if you want to charge a diamond for something and somebody else is like, nope, I only take, for me, I'd be like, I only take lapis, or, someone wants iron. You set your prices and you set how it works. It's not per se uniform throughout the whole mall.
Just a thought, we could always have an advert board, couldn't we, in the mall somewhere? That
have a
people
what?
have to pay to use. An advert board or something, an advertisement board that people have to pay to use.
I don't know. The hard part about that, someone else mentioned something similar to that the other day, like a bulletin board. The hard part is if you want to have, if 30 people want to have that, it's going to end up taking a lot of real estate just to have signs.
Oh, then you make it expensive.
I think we should.
We have a channel for it. I think just to keep things nice and clean, it would be better to have the channels, because then you can run, like I said, you can post as much as you want in there. You don't have to worry about it. So, but again, let's not continue this talk right now, because again, we're going into stuff that we have to have it first before we can really move forward. And the important thing is let's get it finished. And thank you, Ragnar, for kind of stepping up on that for me. And, he's been a big part of it, and that's why I went to him for it. So
brilliant.
All right. So moving on, let's move on real quick and talk about, I think that was pretty much it. Okay, so a couple things really quick I want to say. People in here, and this kind of touches on the whole Nether Hub stuff, is the flowers are a constant issue. And by that, I probably get 1 to 2 modrecs a week over people saying, someone took the flowers, someone took the flowers. I don't know if someone's doing this as a joke, if they think it's funny, but I can tell you it's very frustrating to a lot of players. So if possible, don't take the flowers. If you're messing around in here and you knock off the pot and a pot, and it falls out, put it back. It's not a big deal. We had the wither roses in here from day one. It was always a cool thing. We had the wither roses. And then, a couple times a week, people take the wither roses. Don't be that guy. Okay, guys, don't be that guy. It's frustrating. It's not funny. People get upset. They come to me, I'm not even joking, at least a few times a week, upset about it. Don't do it. It's like someone coming to your house and taking a cushion off of your couch and walking away. It's just not cool. Don't do it. Now what we can do is change things up. We've had the wither roses forever. If you guys want to do things like I put blue ones in right now, we can take turns and we can rotate them, maybe by season, or if you guys want to do decorations by season, we can do that, but it's something that we all have to agree on. So if you guys want to do that, if you want to change things out as far as like the flowers go, things like that, just bring it up, put it in the idea channel. If everyone gives you the thumbs up, or the majority of people give you the thumbs up, then we'll say go for it. Okay. Anyone have questions on that? And unfortunately, I can't tell who I get asked all the time, who's doing it? Flower pot, core protect doesn't work. I can't tell who's taking it out of the flower pot. So, real quickly, as far as this goes as well, you guys can see we've made a few changes. The community portal room is our current pyramid. For those of you that knew our spawn before, we had a pyramid that held all of our community portals. Thanks, Flaming Bird. The community portals, I'm trying to get them all back in. It's taking some time. It's, it all got deleted. So we're, having to go in and find the destination location of these portals and relight them. So be a little patient with me. I'm trying to get them in by order of use. So if, there's a random one like the New Year's place and you guys are excited for it to come back, let me know. Just let me know if there's something you need. I'm pretty much got all the farms, I believe. I think I still have a couple to do, but just be patient with that. We're trying to get things back in order. There's another new portal for those of you that haven't been in it yet. I think it is right here. It's over by the anvils. And this is the new player welcome area. When a new player signs in, make sure you take them over there. That's how they're going to get their shulker. And then also, it has the random TP button. It's back. So I know a lot of you have been really asking for it. Random TP button is back. Just make sure you have your /spawn available, or you're going to get shot out into the world and not be able to get back. So, and it goes out. I think it's like at a 200,000 block radius. So you don't really know where you're going to end up. If on the very off chance, the reason I'm not doing that, Martin, is because we want them to come into the Nether hub to. Okay, SmartNim suggested maybe do /spawn, make it that our spawn in point. The only problem with that is that then they hit the random TP button and they're gone, and they never pick a portal room. So for those of you that are giving new player tours, and I'm actually going to create a channel and call it new player like information, things like that. I'm going to write out a script. A few of you have asked, what do we say when we give a tour? Because there's really a lot to go over. I'm going to break it down so that you guys can either just cut and copy and put it into chat, or you can just, kind of read it into, break it down a little bit. So it's not just kidding. Oh, Lucky. Yeah, that is Lucky. So we're going to have it broken down, but the first thing when a new player joins, you need to do is let them get that new player shulker. That gives them food, that gives them a few things that they can use, gives them some generic armor, things like that. And then the next thing is have them pick a portal room, have them do that mod rec. And the reason for that is so that if something happens and they do go out and die, they at least have their portal room set up. And then always let them know, carry obsidian with you. If you're out in the world and you don't have obsidian and you're like, oh gosh, like what do I do? You're just kind of stuck because admin abusing here and there for us as far as the admins go, is it something that we've done in the past to help somebody out in a very, very specific circumstance? Yeah, it does. We're not jerks, but at the same time, we're not just going to light everybody's portals that go out in the world and don't carry obsidian, because it's really important. We tell everyone, we even put obsidian in the welcome shulker. That's how important it is. So make sure you guys carry it with you. When you are out and you build, make sure you build your portal first. If you don't do your portal first and you're building a house first, what someone can do is, if a creeper comes up and kills you, I have no way of knowing like how to get you back there. I can't go back and get your stuff. If you did the mod rec, then I can be like, and you ping admins and say, guys, I died. Can someone do my mod rec? Yeah, absolutely. We'll light it. It'll get you right back there. The chunk won't be loaded and you'll be able to get your stuff back. So just make sure you guys do that. And actually, while I'm saying that, I'm sorry, Lova, you had a question. Is that right?
Yeah.
What's your question?
Well, how's this gonna be with the spawn?
With what? With spawn?
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about spawn in just a little bit.
Okay.
So yeah, mod.
I saw. Sure.
Yeah, it's okay.
It or
not. Nope. It's the last thing we're gonna talk about. So I saw what you said, mod. Yeah, core protect. Yes, obviously there's ways we can, but remember, this is a vanilla hard survival server. So if you die, I'm not. You can't say, Blue, come take me to my spot. No, it's not going to happen. So we do give you guys the sleep plugin. We do other things that do help make this as easy as possible, but at the same time, we're not gonna don't ask me. Just don't ask us to do that. Remember, it's a survival server. You're going to die. You guys are going to lose your items. It just happens. And you just have to be prepared for that. So I always say, yeah, Brendan, don't be that guy. Please don't ask us. Don't try to put us in those situations where we have to tell you no. One
Matt
other
question.
Who has a question? Matt, go for it, Matt.
So how much obsidian do you want us to tell them to carry? Because it could be like do you want us to have them just carry a stack of obsidian or the exact amount?
Enough to make a portal. Yeah, we give you enough to make your first portal in the welcome shulker. So if they pick up their welcome shulker, they'll have armor, they'll have some food, they'll have a bed, and they have enough obsidian for that very first portal. So that way, when they do hit the random TP button and they're out and about and they're trying to make their first build, they have that with them. So we actually provide it. That's how important it is. We used to not do that. It's kind of a newer thing that we've been doing, but it actually helps them. Once you get a portal room, you're given obsidian as well, and that's to make your 10 portals in the portal room.
I was just asking. Yeah, because I was just asking because I didn't know if there's like a specific number of obsidian you want us to tell them to carry.
Enough to make a portal. Some people like larger portals. Some people like the bare minimum. Just enough to make a portals, basically.
At least 10.
I think is it 12 or 10?
12.
Okay, 10.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I don't know.
I think it's 12 because of corners.
10 without the corners.
Yeah,
10
12.
10 without corners, and usually players will put dirt in the corners. So.
Okay.
All right.
It's shouting that now.
Okay. One other thing, a couple more. Like I said, I just have a lot to go through today, and we're actually doing pretty well because I'm almost done. But a few other things that are important is do not call out admins that are in Vanish. If we're in Vanish for a reason. We're not here just like frolicking around and playing and having a grand old time. We're here because we're doing something. It could be Modrex. It could be Alyssa might be in Vanish working on a plugin, testing something, or we might be spectating a player. And it's really, really important that you understand this because if we're spectating a player, if we feel that something's going on and we need to watch that player, and you guys say, Blue, I know you're on. Blue, I see you. Blue. Guess what? That person that's doing stuff is probably going to stop, right? So it's really, really important. Number one, it's honestly just rude. Don't do that. Don't be that guy. Don't do it. And then two, it actually can stop something that we're trying to catch in the process. So that also kind of goes for Vanish on Discord. For me, I just happen to forget. I turn my Vanish off. I go into Vanish at night when I go to bed because what happens is, if in the middle of the night, if my phone moves or something, people will be like, Blue, why are you on? Go to bed. And it's like, I was asleep. Like maybe the cat moved my phone or something. In the mornings, often I do forget to put it on, but I remember by the time I get to my computer, I do remember. But let's say someone goes and Vanish because they don't want to be seen on another Discord server. Let's not call them out. Let's not make people feel like they have to be out of Vanish in Discord. And as far as it goes here, Blue, just use public right. Which shulkers? I don't know what Nin's talking about. Somebody might kind of answer that for him because I don't know where he's at. So yeah, so let's not do that. Let's not are these good items in these shulkers? I don't know where you are, and like I don't know what you're asking. Where are you? Oh, you're here? Oh, no. These items, okay, so do not touch these. There's a sign right here that says memorial gifts for our beloved mascot. So if you guys look up, for those of newer players, if you look up to the ceiling, you will see a big magma. That is our mascot. That's the ACM mascot. We've had, the one we had, Ragnar and Mr. Abimage was able to get into that area, and they recently passed away. And we took it kind of hard, like, little joking, but not really. We kind of took it hard because we had him for a long time. When Alyssa and I were kind of containing it and getting him brought back, the original magma had broken into little cubes. When I killed one of them, it dropped a shiny. What are the odds of that? I don't even know. Pretty rare. Like, especially knowing who he was. So we put the shiny up. We made a little memorial. We had a larger memorial, but I took it down and we put it in the shulkers. Eventually, yeah, it'll go away. One shulker will go to Mr. Abimage. One shulker will go to Per Ragnar. They were the proud parents. But the shiny will stay. So yeah, so don't take that stuff. And that kind of goes with, you know, some of you that are newer to ACO, we do a lot of trust. We don't have lock systems. If you see a shulker that has stuff in it and it's not yours, just don't take it. It's not yours. You know, you can take it, let's say you're out in the world and you come across a shulker that has stuff in it, and you can take a screenshot and post the coordinates and say, hey, if somebody lost this, this is where it's at. It happens. We sometimes will place stuff down because we're going to do a build and then we die and then we can never get back there. It happens. So, but do you go in and take the stuff? Absolutely not. No griefing, no looting are very hard rules here. So
unless you have permission, of course.
Yeah, unless you have permission. That being said, too, for newer players, the portal rooms, put signs up, put what you prefer. If you do not want people going in your portal room, that's okay, put it on there. If you don't want people going in your portals that are in your room, do that as well. So yeah, so definitely, you know, we are all about consent here. We're about trust and consent. And I can tell you, in the year and a half, we haven't had issues. We don't have issues because we do have that mutual trust and consent. So all right, let's see. Finished.
Spawn next.
Nope, one more thing. So some of you guys know we have the channel, the birthday channel has been converted to the It Me channel. This is just a channel for you guys to be able to say what you want to go by, what your in-game name is, your birth date, and then your preferred pronouns. It's important to do this, guys, for those of you that have not done it. What I had said was to go ahead and edit your original post. For those of you that didn't edit your original post and you just made new posts, go back and delete the one that is just your birthday, because we have a lot of duplicates in there. I've gone through and deleted some of them, but if you did make a new one, please make sure that you go in and delete the old one. It's important, you know, we don't want to assume what you want to be called. We don't assume what pronouns you want to use, and we don't want to assume a lot of that stuff. The birthday is important because we do go out of our way to do birthday builds. That also, if you don't want a birthday build, you have the option to say, you know, if your birthday's coming up and you don't want a birthday build, you can just come to an admin and say, hey guys, I really, you know, I appreciate that you guys do this, but I just don't want that. A lot of it's due to attention. People don't want the attention. Totally fine. We can make arrangements and do more smaller private things, or we can just not do a birthday build altogether. Don't feel bad about that. We have quite a few players that have told us that stuff. If you are going to do your birthday, write it out your month. Don't do like, so for me today is, well, for everybody it's 4/4. But let's say it was 4/3. I would say in the US we say 4/3. In other countries it's 3/4. So obviously that can be very confusing. So always write out the full month. So it would be today is April 4th or 4 April, either way. All right. Anyone have any questions about the It Me channel and the importance of it?
Hi, Isa. Did you just assume my gender?
So we don't want to assume. We don't want to make jokes on it, and we don't want to assume. We just want to just know what people prefer. You know, sometimes in real life you have to go a certain way. You have to go by a certain name. You have to have a certain pronoun. But here you can be who you are. You can just let us know, and that's what we will do. We have people that want to be called something that's not their in-game name and not their real name, just a name that they've always wanted to be called. Absolutely fine. Just make sure you note it so that we know. All right. So last thing to talk about is spawn. Wow, we're actually doing really good on time. So for those of you who do not know, last week, it's been about a week now, we had an incident and we lost our spawn. It was due to an update that caused some corruption, and fortunately it was isolated to one little area. Unfortunately, it was isolated to our spawn. Can you mute there, George? Type in pretty loud.
Sorry.
It's okay. So we've already had a meeting about that. We already know a lot of us are getting over it and going forward. We did have a vote. The vote was to create a new spawn, not necessarily rebuild the last one. I know a lot of players are very adamant that some of the old builds come back. Absolutely no problem with that. I am setting a meeting for next Saturday, so a week from today at the exact same time, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard, and this will be Spawn 2.5 meeting. This will be the very first meeting of the new spawn creation. Again, we have to complete them all first, but because new spawn is going to also need to be done, we will also have a lead on that. And for that, I've already designated Telly. So Telly will be leading this up with myself as well. And we will have a channel. It's actually called Respawn. That channel is going to become where ideas and stuff like that are posted. The way this is going to work is similar to how it worked when we first created Spawn to start with. And that is, if you have ideas, come to the meeting with your ideas. If you have screenshots, if you have, you saw something on another server somewhere that was so cool, anything like that, you want to bring that to the meeting. We will not be choosing one person's idea. That's not how we work. The way this works is we take bits and pieces from everyone and we create a spawn. You're very welcome, Mod. I should say, tell Alyssa. Alyssa says you're very welcome. It was not me. I sat and just watched it all happen. But yeah, so definitely come to the meeting if you want to have input on it. Come to the meeting if you want to be a part of remaking it. We are not calling it Spawn 3 because we don't want a Spawn 3. We love Spawn 2. Spawn 2, we had a year, not even a year. We started our Spawn meetings at this very meeting a year ago. It was Player of the Month April is where we first talked about new Spawn. So, and for those of you that don't know, we created our Spawn ourselves. This is the first time on an Octcraft server that Spawn was made 100% by the players, and that goes from the initial ideas all the way to placing the very last block. We resource gathered 100% of it, and that Spawn was very, very, very important to us. So to lose it was kind of a big blow. Quite a few of our players that still play, that are here, had pretty big builds. Dusty was the pyramid. Telly had the Player of the Month build, which was actually our Player of the Month building was there before Spawn. It was the start of it all. So we do have schematics for a lot of these things, and we will be able to bring back some of those key important builds, but we're going to do that in a new area. The island is not changing. We are still using the same mushroom island. That island was pretty important to a lot of us. We terraformed it block by block. And for this build, you will not have to resource gather because of the fact that it was corrupted. We're not choosing to have a new spawn. We have to have a new spawn. So because of that, the blocks will be provided for you, and same with the terraforming. What I need you guys to do is come up with the ideas, come up with a concept, and we will all work together on creating a new spawn. And this all starts next Saturday. So that gives you guys a week to try to get ideas. All right, any questions on this, specifically this?
Are we gonna have any of the older builds up as part of the new spawn, or
you need to? I can't say again. Okay. I'm an admin, but I'm not this isn't my build. So this is how we work on ACO. It's community. Do I want that? Absolutely, I do. Will I vote for it? Yes, I will. But you have to bring that to the meeting. So if you guys say, for instance, we loved the jails, which, by the way, if you've ever been in our jails, which we did have a jail party a few weeks ago, we had a jail party. If you guys love the jails and you love the pyramid and you love, the Player of the Month building, those things, make it a point to say, when you suggest it, I really want these key builds in there, but I'm okay with us changing some of the terrain, things like that. So yeah, so come to the meeting and let us know. If it was up to me, I probably would just build it all back the exact same. But I understand. But again, it's not about me. It's not about Alyssa or AF. It's about what you guys want. And You guys want a new one?
Probably worth reiterating that that's next Saturday, 11th of April at 2 p.m. Eastern.
Yep, next Saturday, same time.
All ideas.
Yep, that's where, and I'll be posting about it. You'll get posts. If you know, we do, like I said, we do have a lot of the same. We have the schematics. The people that built them are still here. They're still playing, so definitely it's something. But we want the newer players to take pride in it too. This is now your spawn. This is, you know, you are going to be a part of the ACO history of Spawn 2.5. So it's kind of a great time that you guys all join, because you get to actually play a part in creating our new spawn, as well as the new mall. Yeah, and as well as the change of the Nether Hub. Basically, our three main things are all getting changed at the moment, so it's a great time to join.
All the last year's projects just having to be revisited.
Revisit it, and yeah, and 2 out of the 3 reasons are great. We've grown, we need it. Those are great reasons. The spawn was not a great reason, but
it's a good opportunity though.
We're staying positive. And we're looking forward, and you know, we did it right. You guys voted. This is what you've chosen. So the island is still there. The island is all of Spawn is 100% gone. It's completely gone. So the island is there. And the Player of the Month building, I would love to see go back exactly where it was, because that was the first build that started the island. And it'd be awesome if that was the first build to really designate that this is going to be Spawn 2.5. But again, it's not up to me, it's up to you guys, so come with your ideas. Everybody's getting kicked. I don't know if you want to, but did you I'm confused, Abby, on what you're saying. What's your question, Fleming? Go ahead, Fleming. Yeah, the backups were also corrupted, so it was just a mess on top of a mess on top of a mess, and it happened, and there's really nothing we can do about it. Since then, we have new backups. We've made a lot of changes to make sure this does not ever happen again, but it was just a mess, so it will not happen again. All right. So with that said, as far as events go, we don't have anything. We have an Easter event coming up. You guys will get notice about that. I don't think I'm forgetting anything.
It's a pretty exhaustive meeting, to be honest.
Yeah, we went over a lot. I do want to say, I think I know what I'm saying. I do want to say, you guys, you know, admins, we're in the calls quite a bit. We're around, we're in game. Like, I average about 60 hours a week in game. Engine never records it correctly. A lot of it's often in Vanish, because of the fact that, you know, mod recs are being done. Mod recs are always going to vanish, things like that. If you guys see gold show up, don't break the gold. You have no idea how many times I go to light a portal,
especially
and then,
when we have a community gold farm.
Well, they see all of a sudden, oh wow, this portal just filled with gold, cool, and someone goes and it's happened right in front of me while I'm trying to light it. People go up and take the gold. Yeah. I'm like, guys, don't do that. You know, if you see gold show up, of course an admin's there, and of course we're lighting it. But yeah, don't try to take the gold. But you guys, remember, we have rules here, and we want to make this as comfortable as a place for everyone. And you know, some of us are great with crude humor, some of us aren't. You know, we have very specific rules that say, oh, thanks, Ben. We have very specific rules that say things like, you know, no talk of politics, no talk about religion, and no talk about sex, basically. And that does include sexual innuendos. Now every now and then someone will make a comment, and yeah, it's funny, we all giggle, but it can also make some players feel very uncomfortable, and it just can't happen. I have heard recently that in a few of the voice calls, things have not been as appropriate, and that has to stop. It has to stop. And if it doesn't, then voice privileges just get removed, unless we're doing something in community. And don't make us be that guy. Please don't make us. It's not worth it. You guys know how to behave. You know, if something's funny to you, that's great. Don't think of yourself when you're a community. You think of everyone. You think of others. If you want to be, you know, just say something very specific like that, you need to go into private chat. We have private chat. So we have other channels. Don't do things like that in Gen, and don't do them in general. Remember, this is a 15 and plus Minecraft server. This is a Minecraft server. This isn't, we're not in a, I don't even know what server I'm trying to describe, but this is a Minecraft server for children and adults with autism. Obviously here we're 15 and up. So we like to have fun. We joke around a lot. We do a lot of good stuff, but the crude humor and getting inappropriate. And I did talk to the person that did that. Just don't make us have to make rules over it. We're really big on the fact that we have very few rules, because we do honor each other and we respect each other. So that being said too, you guys all know, I've told you the live channel and the coronavirus channel, those topics have to stay in there. They can't go into Gen. Again, we're all about making everyone feel comfortable. So things like that, those harder subjects, they need to stay in the correct channels. Do you guys have any questions about that?
Flaming had a question in Minecraft chat.
What's up, Flaming? Let's see. My innocent mind can't take it. You're funny for me. I'm trying to scroll up to where I find.
Do players get a chance to have an input on spawn? What if you feel like you've been silenced?
Do players have the question is, do players get to have a voice about how they want the new spawn to be?
Yeah, and what if you feel like you're silenced?
No, you won't be. I will make sure of that. So like I said, what we do is we take everybody's, if you come in and be like, I want an all purple terrain, everything's purple, purple, and that's your only idea. Okay, I don't know that I can accommodate that. But what we can do is say, you know what, it's important that we incorporate the color purple. So, everyone's going to come, all black, Flaming says, everyone's going to come with very different ideas, and that's okay. What we did in the past with this Nether Hub, what we did with when we created Spawn, like I said, it's a year ago this month we started, is we take everybody's ideas and we will pick and choose. So for instance, Abby had the idea with this Nether Hub to do the colored paths, the colored hallways, and he had a bunch of other ideas, but that's what we took from his idea. Maud had other ideas. So we take everyone's ideas and we pull bits and pieces from it, and that's how we create our stuff. And that's why, our spawn was so unique. I remember Doc M was like, wow, this is amazing. You guys took like 7 different biomes and put them into one mushroom island. Like, who does that, right? Well, we did that because we took so many different ideas, and that's what we did. And that's what we'll do again. Maybe we want to break up the biomes again. I don't know. We'll see. That's up to you guys. So anyone else have any specific questions about any of this? We kind of went, and by the way, Player of the Month usually lasts about half an hour if we don't have a lot to talk about. But again, today we had quite a few things to go over, quite a few major things. I mean, the fact that we have outgrown our Nether Hub, like never did we think that would happen this fast. We thought we were good for like 2 years when we made it. And obviously, you know what, we built it in July. So 9-ish months later, we're already needing to expand. The mall project is going amazing. I'm really proud of what you guys have done. If you guys have very specific questions, go ahead and talk to Per Ragnar about that in that channel. The respawn channel is going to be used for talk about spawn. So again, if everyone kind of keeps to their channels, and it's going to be pretty organized, and we'll be fine. I'll do lots of reminders about the meetings. You don't have to worry about that. One other thing is and this is just going to throw this out to you guys. I mentioned it earlier in a voice call. I'd like to start a channel called the Of the Day, and it's not going to have a blank of the day. It's going to be the blank of the day. And on Patreon, they do question of the day. The players love it. Question of the day is okay and all, but it'd be cool to do like joke of the day or meme of the day, or which the 8th picture of your phone of the day. Like it'll be something different every day that I'll pick, and then you guys basically that, yeah. So, and then in the morning you just look and see what it is, and everyone can kind of interact, just a way that we can interact with each other in a positive, fun way in Discord. Sometimes our Discord gets a little bit serious. So let's just kind of break that up with some fun stuff. You guys all thumbs up on this? Yes, you like that idea?
Blue.
Yes.
I wanted to say what Doctor Who did sent to me.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're gonna speak for him.
And
Go
I
for
wanted
it.
to say my idea too.
Yep, I'm not ready for that yet, Jake. So let's just go ahead and start with Dr.
Let me
Who.
find the message. Okay. Dr. Hoodoo says, we just lost the message. Hold on, somebody just messaged me. All right. So he says, I'm thinking about Dungeons and Dragons. After all, we're stuck home. It was a suggestion for an event, he said.
Okay.
Says I was thinking Dungeons and Dragons. After all, we are stuck home, but that doesn't mean we're separated. I have an idea for a story I think would be cool for people on the server, either that have never played or are just curious how it goes. I'm order for it to work. Oh, I think he meant in order. In order for it to work, I'm gonna have to build an area if Blue gives me the go ahead to where we can actually play on like a tabletop and video games. Depending on how many players would taking turns talking like we do at Player of the Month. If needed, I can make a book in game about D&D and what it is and what it would take to play. He says I appreciate you and Jake doing this. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. And at this point in the meeting, which for those of you who've never been to a Player of the Month meeting, I always end it with, what ideas do you guys have? We put on quite a few events, things like that. Some of them are what we call like server events. Obviously, things like the beach party, the 75 party we just had. We did a lot of tournaments, PvP tournaments. Those are server events, ones that I come up with or our build team comes up with. But we also have player stuff. The karaoke, Mr. Abby Mage and Amoodle tend to run that. So if you guys have an idea for an event, absolutely bring it up. And this is the point in the meeting we do that. I like that idea. I think it's great. I'm not familiar with the game, but I am always open to play new games. And anything that's going to bring us together right now is a bonus. The reason we're doing so many events, whereas we used to do them once a month. Yes, Ma, just a minute. The reason that we do so many stuff right now is exactly what he said. We're home right now. We are, some of us are kind of bored. Some of us are stir crazy. Some of us, just need the distraction more than anything. This is the one, like I said during the live stream, this is the one slice, this little slice of the internet for us is the one place that is still constant and the same. And with things going on crazy outside of the internet, in the real world, that scary place, this is still, we're still here. This is still us. And if we can fill this with events to help you guys stay distracted, the better. So if you guys have ideas, what I'm going to ask is put it in the idea channel, because that way they don't just get lost. But if you guys have event ideas, things like that, let me know and we'll get it scheduled and get it set up. So yes, for Jay, when he watches this later, because he'll probably watch Dusty's recording, absolutely, it's a go. We're gonna do it. You're here. Good. Okay, awesome. Yay! I'm sorry, I was glancing at there you are. We have so many people in voice. I have to scroll. Hold on, I'm not done. So Dr. Who Dude, I think it's a great idea. I'll get with you and we'll get something set up. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Jake is actually next. And then Mod, you can. So Jake has a.
Can I please go after Mod or?
Yeah, and I should mention, guys, if it's just if you have a farm idea or something like that, if possible, if it can wait until the next Player of the Month, try to. But because this meeting is already so long, like I said, usually we try to do these in half an hour. If it's something that needs attention though, and everyone needs input, then definitely bring it up right now. But let's just try to keep it as minimal as possible. So, all right, Jake, you had a suggestion. Go.
Yeah, I have two suggestions real quick. Okay. The first one's gonna be really quickly. So I have a outpost farm, that's private right now. I was wondering, it's just to farm, not really raid farm, but just to do it. Just mostly kind of like an XP farm. Wondering if you guys would like to make that public.
Okay, and this is where I'm going to have to kind of speak up and say I'm going to have to probably just say no to that. And the reason is we already have one public raid farm, and we have to really limit our community stuff to one of different things. So like if it was something, I don't know, like a public bee farm, we don't have a public bee farm yet. I would be like, okay, guys, let's talk about it. Do we want this? Is this something as a community want? If it's something we already have, my suggestion, Jake, is to probably work with Mod Killer, I believe, because Mr. Abby Mage wants nothing to do with the raid farm anywhere. So, and maybe see if, you guys can work together on one, but definitely, and again, this is just more to help with, we can't, our portal rooms, someone's got really, really bad. Dusty, can you wait for just a minute until it's your turn? So for this, I'm going to have to probably just say no to that because of the fact we just don't have the space right now, especially with not even having the pyramid right now.
Yeah, okay.
But thanks for bringing it up. Yeah.
Yeah. And then my second thing, so I've thought of the idea of doing a ACO newsletter. I've got a name for it. Thank you to Mad. And whoever else, Doctor Who dude, yeah, they both came up with the name, and so it's gonna be called the Weekly Obsidian Post. It's gonna be a weekly newsletter that I'm gonna be doing, and I'm just gonna approve each one if that's okay with you, Blue.
Yeah, go ahead.
As approve each one, okay. And so every Sunday it'll be, I don't know, it'll be somewhere probably. If this happens, I guess Blue said that I'll have access to, I guess, the event news channel or something.
Yeah, so we have I don't feel like we need a whole new channel for it, but we have the event news, and I think this is such a great idea because you can recap what happened this week on ACO or what's coming up, and I think it's great. So
yeah, and so what's going to be in it is pretty much events, important information, announcements, and like that. When I say events, like events happening, like upcoming events or like future long-term events as well. But like obviously like future events and like events coming up in like a couple weeks.
Okay.
Or a couple days. And then there's also, and so I'll post a link of what a template of what it might look like, or suppose like a template of it. I got one here.
Yeah, you can put that in voice chat, or you can put it in the ideas channel.
And
guys,
look at what it would look like.
This is something that, and Jake, obviously you'd be the person to lead on this because it's your idea, but I think it'd be something cool too that even there you go, he posted it. That if you wanted to have somebody, like if somebody wants to write up about something specific they're doing, you could have like guest writers or something that. Yeah, so this could be a fun thing. I think it's a great idea. You guys all good with this? Let's see. Yes.
My question now.
Okay, hold on. Is yours regarding this, or is yours regarding a totally different idea?
Different idea.
Okay, then just hang tight.
In general.
So, all right. So cool. You guys all go with this, having an ACO newsletter that gets posted once a week. And if you need something put into it, you can make sure it gets posted. Okay. Yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah, a little idea for that is put like every week have like a random fact at the.
Yeah, and you guys can even do something like interview a player, like make it, you do like a whole section on like a get to know, and we can say like, okay, today we're gonna get to know Dusty Circuit, and have like standard questions like, what's your favorite food, just a chance to kind of spotlight players as well. Same with maybe do a write up once a month on the player of the month. If someone gets player of the month, you do a whole little write up on them, and this is a great idea. I honestly really like it.
Sorry.
Yeah, I have a comment as well.
Hold on, guys. Okay, one at a time. Matt, go first.
Okay. Can I do the fact of the week or whatever, because I am full of useless knowledge that I need to get out of my brain.
I'm gonna say from every question. Okay, so we agreed to do this. So from here on out, you guys can talk to Jake about that. So maybe if you guys are interested in helping out with it, you can Jake can just call a meeting of some sort and go on a voice channel, and you guys can all work together. So does anyone have any questions that does not have to do with the newsletter?
But me.
No, you have a suggestion for a whole nother thing. Does anyone have any questions so far that does not have to do with the newsletter? No. Okay, your turn, Matt.
I'm Quiplash and Drawful. I'm wondering if we could do some of those.
Like games?
Yeah, like interactive games on Jackbox TV.
Yes, as long as it stays appropriate. This is where the inappropriateness has happened. And so, yes, you guys have to be responsible enough to do it. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
That got back to us by several people, and it went to all the admins. And so, not good, guys, not good. So let's, again, if we're doing this, be responsible. You know your limits. If you can't, if you like Mod, you say, you know what, I just know I'm not going to be appropriate. Just don't do it. Mute yourself. Don't go. But don't ruin it. Don't ruin it so that we can't do this as a server. Okay.
So, can I talk real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
I do have the ability to host Jackbox. I've done it before, and I do run a club at my school, and we do that kind of stuff. I think I'm pretty good at censoring with Jackbox and managing all that. If I'd love to host one of those events later on. I don't know who hosted the first one, but if we are going to do that again.
Yeah, I think Abby did. Yeah. So, and it's okay, we have multiple people do it. So all I'm going to suggest is maybe put it in Gen and say, okay, guys, we're going to play this game in half an hour. Whoever wants to join. Things like that. It doesn't have to, these are not set events. These aren't like events. These are just like, if you guys are bored and want to play a game, you can all play games.
Drawful is free on Epic Games for a few more days if anyone wants to get it to host it.
And actually probably we would use the gaming channel for this, even though it's not, per se another video game, but well, it kind of is. But yeah, so yeah, use the gaming channel, and you guys are welcome to do that anytime. Like you don't have to wait for me to say someone is Ben, can you mute again? Sorry. It's coming from you this time. Yeah, thanks. So if you guys are still doing it. Thank you. So if you guys, if someone wants to play, hey guys, I want to play Sea of Thieves, who wants to play with me, say it and I'll hop in the gaming channel. Or of course 4 at a time for that game. But same with Fortnite or Overwatch or any of those other games you guys play. A lot of people think we only use it for Fortnite. We don't. A lot of us play Fortnite. We play it often, but it can really be used for any game like that. So board games. Martin M had a game night suggestion at one point. It's probably what she wants to talk to me about later, I'm assuming. So game nights, things like that, small events. Like I said, we don't have to. Bro, I've asked to play Sea of Thieves. I know, Telly, I know. So yeah, so if you guys have other games you like to play, use that channel. I mean, we're stuck at home. We're stuck together. We're stuck at home, but we're stuck together. So definitely let's have some fun with that.
I'm blue, but just to have a few something to say. Drawful 2 is free on Epic Games right now, and lately, with all of us being home, we're nabbing at each other nonstop.
Yeah, and that's what I'm going to kind of close the meeting on. But so anyway, let's just get through. Does anyone else have any other suggestions as far as like events they want to do or anything very, very specific?
I'm about to go crazy.
I'm about to talk about that, so hang on. Dusty, did you have a suggestion for an event or a farm or something?
I have been patiently waiting like the whole 45 minutes to talk about a few things.
Okay, just do it very quickly and try to minimize is all I'm asking. So floor is yours. Go
some of these things I really don't want to wait another month, okay?
Okay, so just break it down simple and just try to do it as quickly as possible.
Me and Iota have planned really just more of a facelift, if anything, to the ink farm, the squid farm. So it'll be like more. Because the squid farm was never really finished, but me and Iota plan on actually making it look good and finishing it up, and Iota even has a plan for it as well.
Okay, so for that, like I said, you probably just want to. Are you guys all good with some changes happening to the squid farm? Does anyone have any? Okay, yeah, I think a lot of people are really wanting the squid farm to get a little bit of a revamp. So if you guys are all okay with that, just type yes into the chat. And for those newer players, the way this works is once let's say you make a farm. So let's say I make a squid farm and I'm like, you know what? I don't need this for personal needs. I'm going to give it to the community. Once it becomes a community farm, it's no longer that person's farm. So that person, even though they're the ones that made it, they can't go in and just make changes. We all have to agree on it because it's now all of ours. And that is why Dusty's bringing this up at this meeting. So thank you, Dusty. That's a great idea. You've got the go ahead for that.
A few of these, well, can we have a meeting for farms later, or?
Well, do you have that many suggestions?
I have an entire list of them, and I've been waiting to talk about them, and I had no idea we were going to talk about events for 30 minutes.
Well, it's not so much. We didn't necessarily talk about events for 30 minutes. We talked about a lot of stuff. So if you have a laundry, like what I'm going to say, like a laundry list of it, like a long list of them, we don't even have time for that because of the fact we have to go.
Can I put it in ideas then?
Yes, that's what I was going to say. Put it in ideas and then just say, we'll get feedback on that. Normally we would have plenty of time at Player of the Month to discuss them all, but today's a little bit different because we had a lot of stuff to go over. So if you guys have suggestions, I think I just saw someone ask about a wither skeleton farm. If you guys have suggestions to have farms like that made, just put it in there and then we can just go through them in the channel at this point.
Yeah. I wasn't sure who exactly made that suggestion.
That was Nin. Yeah.
Well,
Coop saying...
me and Macho are working on one.
Yeah,
we were.
Yeah. Coop brought up real quick that I talked about TNT. Yeah, TNT. I did fix the Ender Farm, by the way. Oh, it's fixed right now. We can revamp it, and absolutely, I will definitely take help on that because it's a mess. So TNT, yes, you could. TNT used to not be enabled, or we just recently, I want to say in the last probably 3 or 4 months, started being able to use TNT. Before that, we didn't have it because obviously it can destruct a lot of stuff. You can use it. You cannot dupe. No duping is allowed. Even if it's a glitch, mod is often pretty quick to let us know of glitches that come up. I would just say don't take advantage of it. Don't be that guy. Don't do that. Just if it's a glitch, it is tempting, and I get that, but just don't do it. Duping is not okay. It gives an unfair advantage to somebody else who doesn't know that glitch or whatever. So just don't do it. For TNT, Ben, you want to say the TNT rules? Or is Ben even in the call? Yeah, Ben's in the call.
Yeah, Ben's listening.
Yeah, Ben is our resident person who's obsessed with TNT.
Yes, I am.
After Ben, I think Ragnar had a few opinions he wanted to voice about the TNT. I just don't want him to be silenced.
Nobody's gonna get silenced. If I'm told somebody wants to talk, I'm very good about letting people talk. But just to real quick go over to TNT. Yes, you can use it. Don't just go out and blow things up just to blow things up, because it's terrain, and we don't want a bunch of, you don't want your scenery totally trashed because someone just wanted to go blow things up. So we say use it, but use it responsibly. So if you need to clear a mountain because you're going to make a big base there, use it. Absolutely. If you have an existing base and you don't want it anymore and you want to have a TNT party and blow it all up to get out some frustration, absolutely do it. No problem. But just do it responsibly. That's all we're saying. Don't just go out into the world that's not your areas and just blow things up just to blow things up. That's what I was going to say. And Ben can give the thumbs up. He knows not to do that. Does that answer your question, Coop?
Okay.
Okay, so Ragnar, did you have something specific you wanted to talk about TNT with?
Well, I did, but yeah, it's just about making stories. Because it's very hard to make those just TNT, and then you would have to use dispensers, and those lag more than just having more TNT duper going over the whole thing.
Yeah, TNT, it is. It's just duping's not. We can't be like, yeah, it's okay to do this, but not that. It's just AF will tell you that's a hard rule. It's just not possible. So,
but
TNT's rare. It's not something that should be easily. I mean, you find it in temples and you find it in stuff, but you can make it obviously. But yeah, it's.
I just wanna ask, like, it's not like it's just quarries are allowed as long as we don't dupe TNT. Is that what you're saying?
Quarries are allowed. Yeah, you can have a quarry.
Yeah.
I made a giant one that Blue almost fell into.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
You can definitely have a quarry. What's your question, Nin? Go ahead. What about
what about like block breakers, like with slime blocks and stuff that like can break blocks like nether roof and.
I don't think that has ever come up, has it?
Well,
bedrock breaker.
If it uses a bug or an exploit, I wouldn't recommend doing it. And I think most of the things that break bedrock, they use exploits and bugs.
Yeah.
We already technically have a portal that goes to above the nether, and that's the gold farm, because it's above the nether.
Yep. Anyone else have any like, because I want to kind of wrap this up because we do have
I'm done. I'm very sorry for that little outburst. I just got,
Well, that's what if you guys can mute for just a second, because I'm getting a little feedback. But one of the things I want to kind of end with is, I've noticed in the last few weeks, quite a few of you guys are a little bit shorter with each other right now. And it's not just in game; it's in real life too. We are under more anxiety and stress than usual right now. All of us are. It's not. There's nobody that is not affected right now. And so I'm asking, Dusty, can you mute for just a minute? I'm asking for you guys to just try to be a little bit more patient with everyone. Try to be a little more understanding. If someone is snapping, like Maud brought up, people are snapping at each other. If someone is snapping, don't snap back just because they did, because they may just be really out of sorts. We are all autistic, or I should say mostly autistic here. And, things like, yeah, we might be excited that school's out, but at the same time, we're out and we're not in routine, and that throws us off. And so people seem to be melting down a lot quicker than usual, or snapping, or lashing out at each other a lot more than usual. And I'm trying to be as absolute understanding as I can be, just as you guys are being understanding with me, because even myself, I've been a little bit shorter than usual. I'm really quick to admit when I do something wrong, and I did caps lock yell at Telly like a couple weeks ago, and I normally wouldn't do that, but I was just really stressed out, and I'm sorry about that. And it's one of those things, I apologized after, and you guys are pretty good about that too. But just try to be a little bit more patient with each other right now, a little bit more understanding. If you feel yourself frustrated, maybe the correct thing to do would be just to mute, or to just remove yourself from Discord for a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean a few minutes or an hour, whatever it is, until you can kind of just relax, because we definitely don't want to be taking it out on each other. For some of us, this is our family. For some of us, when we say we're family, they mean that very seriously. Some of us, these are our best friends. We don't necessarily have friends in real life that we're talking to about this stuff. So we don't want to take things out on each other. But at the same time, if we just all kind of realize and understand that we are in a unique situation, change is happening in the world and we can't stop it. We just have to embrace it and be supportive to each other. We're not going to sugarcoat things. It's a scary time right now. But if we're all in this together and we remind each other that we do love and support each other, it just makes it a little bit easier. So I'm asking you, please, if you feel yourself getting short, don't scream into the mic, don't cuss at each other, obviously it's not allowed anyway, but don't just cuss, just remove yourself, calm down, and then come back. Because, with everyone being upset as it is, having someone yell at you that you think is your good friend, it can be a little confusing and hard to handle. So you guys all with me on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And again,
And
it's
just
not,
a little fact, when peer support training, one of the things they pointed out was if someone's angry, if someone's shouting at you, throwing a piece at you, most of the time it's not what you've done, it's just that they've had a bad day, a bad week, and it's just something that's happened.
And it's true, and it's exactly what I'm saying right now. It's, don't take it personal. Try to be understanding if someone is upset with you. But again, I mean, I know it's hard, and it's hard with each other. It's hard, Riley and I mean, households are bickering, people are bickering everywhere, and we're on, like, I don't know, different states and countries are at different stages of things. But I know for us, we're, Riley and I haven't really left our house since like the 17th, and we're kind of at each other too. So you just take a deep breath and just, Riley, help please. Take a deep breath and just, remember that in the end, we can't control what's happening. Things are not black and white for us, which, again, as autistics, we typically like to know what to expect. We like things to be black and white, very cut and dry. And right now we have a lot of uncertainty. So I feel like for us, things are even harder than maybe the average neurotypical person. And if that says anything, the average neurotypical person is melting down left and right. So you can imagine, if it's really hard for everyone else, be forgiving with yourself. If you're getting upset at yourself, why am I so mad? Why am I doing this? Forgive yourself, because this is a time, this is things we're going through right now we've never gone through. And, be patient with each other, be patient with yourself, and we'll get through this. We will. So, all right. I want to be able to give you guys at least a half hour so that you can go stretch, get a drink, get something to eat before Player of the Week. For those newer players, we always go to Player of the Week together. Doesn't mean you have to with us, but we're always in a call. And we have one person that's always designated to read broadcasts. This week, it's going to be Jake. He asked for that. Yep, he asked last week if he could read it. So if you guys want to stand with us, we usually stand at the admin area. Some of us run around in circles, but for the most part, we stay together. And ACO goes over to support AC. We've been doing this for a very long time. I mean, I think we started doing this back in like October-ish of 2018, standing together, being together, supporting together. We congratulate the people that, you know, if they get ranks or if they get player of the week, we're always very supportive because this is our sister server and or the mama server, however you guys want to call it. But yeah, so we do this together. Anyone have any questions before we go?
Yeah,
About...
I have one.
Okay, what's your question?
I just forgot it. Wait a sec. Yeah. When are we gonna have a karaoke night again?
So karaoke is actually right after Player of the Week. It's going to be following.
Seriously?
Yep. And this is, and if you, I know it's kind of short notice and the timing's not absolutely the best because there's so much going on today, but I believe Abby is going to be talking to you guys about that and seeing what is a great time that everyone does want to do this, so that future ones aren't at the tail end of a bunch of stuff, but maybe just at the beginning. Yep, Sunday I believe has been brought up a few times. So, and Abby will talk about all that. He's the one that hosts it, so Abby will talk to you guys about that. So directly after, not even directly after Player of the Week, because a lot of players do like to do the Wither fight. So after the Wither fight is over on AC, everybody will come back here, head to the portal. There's a portal called Come As You Are Karaoke area, and so just head over there and don't feel like you're not obligated. You don't have to sing. Some people just listen. Absolutely no recording is allowed. I'll say that now. Abby will say that when he starts. But yeah, it's actually pretty. Riley does her silent. Riley goes up and doesn't say a thing. Everybody gets a turn. You know, if you want to be part of it. We've had players. I'll use you as an example. Mad's like, nope, not gonna do it. And 3 songs into it, she's like, my turn. So it happens. People get that bout of courage and they want to be a part of it. And it's honestly like so awesome to see. It's so great to see you guys. Yes.
Can I interrupt you for just a second?
Yeah.
So after 3 songs in, I put my name down and I sang Bohemian Rhapsody, one of the hardest songs to sing ever, and I somehow did not sound awful.
It's awesome. It was great. Yeah. So come. It's one of those things you don't have to sing. You can just sit and listen. We don't clap because it would break Discord if we all clap. So we kind of do these little finger snaps. We just have a really good time, and so come and join us. It's going to be right after Player of the Week. I'm sorry, right after the Wither fight. And then we'll, I believe, like I said, Abby's going to talk to you guys about possibly changing the date and time, so that we definitely want to do it so that everyone can be there. But at the same time, maybe Saturdays are just not the greatest day anymore. So. All right, guys. Well, on that note, we're going to go ahead and end the meeting. Thank you guys for coming. If you wanted to speak up and didn't, because again, we had a lot going on today, that's okay. You can put your ideas in the idea channel. If you guys want to do, like I said, some events, if you guys have ideas for games, if you guys have ideas for anything, throw it in there. Everything we take everything into consideration. So our ACO is about you guys. It's
real quick,
it's community ran. What's up?
The first newsletter, since you guys agreed on this, I'm gonna try and post that tomorrow.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to announce something really, really important, and I'm so sorry for those that are in the call that know this.
You just scared me.
I'm sorry, I got really excited. On the 18th, mark it down. The 18th, I believe. Hold on, let me double check my. We are going to have. Oh, they're not even in the call. Hold on a second. Yep, the 18th, Saturday the 18th at 11 for me, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are going to debut the ACO concert series. I believe it's called was it Riley? What's the abbreviation for? I can't remember. DDR. Okay, so DDR, that's the name of the venue. DDR Presents, and we are going to be having monthly concerts. For those of you that know, Bean, Dancing One, had given a concert to Riley and I, and even Flamingo, because we had tickets to see the Youngblood concert, and it got rescheduled due to obviously current events. And so she threw us this amazing concert, and it was amazing. And so it kind of gave me the idea of, a lot of you guys are often like, hey, I want to, I wish I could go to concerts, but either A, I don't have the money to go, or B, my mom or dad won't take me, or I don't have friends that want to go, or they'll, I can't handle it because because of sensory issues. So a lot of you seem to be really into music, and what we do is it's a stage show. You're going to have lighting, strobe lighting. I mean, if you guys didn't see my YouTube video on it, go to my channel and check it out. There's a little clip of it. Live music is there. Bean is very careful about the songs she picks so that they're live versions. And I'm not going to tell you who our first one is. You'll have to just wait and see. But we are going to be picking different genres. So, for instance, some of you might be into country or heavy metal or alternative or rap or something. It's going to change all the time. So we're going to pick artists that we feel a lot of people know or like, and we will have concerts. Right now, we're planning to do it monthly. We might do it a little bit more frequently in the summertime, but right now it's going to be monthly. So when I tell you you're going to want to be there, you're going to want to be there because they've already put so much into this first one that we have, and it's pretty awesome to watch. So the 18th at 11, Jake put it in your newsletter.
Yeah,
it's called DDR Presents. If you guys go to a lot of concerts, it often says like here like we one venue we go to a lot is Showbox. It'll say Showbox Presents ... and then the concert. So
what does DDR mean exactly?
It's just what they named it. I don't it's the name. So I don't think it has necessarily a very specific meaning. It's just the name. So it's not Dance Dance Revolution. We did laugh at that though. All right, so guys, thank you. And we will go ahead if you want to do your outro, Dusty.
This has been a bit of a longer meeting than expected, but thank you all for watching it. This has been Dusty Circuit here. Remember to rate, comment, like, and subscribe, and stay tuned for my next content. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.